is changing my memories. My past is not what it seems to be. I will let the cubes guide me.
Leave me alone. I just want a drink. Give that man a drink! The show starts when the light is on. Welcome to the theater of your mind. My name is Mr. Owl, and this evening I present to you 6 plays about the past, the present, and the future. It's showtime. The Lady of the Lake.
Balance the substance of my past lives.
That man looks like he could use another drink. The Signs. I don't remember what happened. The Fish and the Parrot. An Intermezzo by Mr. Crow. Remember the seasons. The mill. Are you ready for the final play? His memories belong to the lake now. Extracting them caused a corrupted soul, one of the 6 stages of the wheel. Your mind is reaching a higher state of consciousness. You are learning about your past and your future, what you may become. Now, continue your journey.